and welcome to my channel. My name is Gina, and hello. Welcome to my channel. Today I'm doing Becca's 48-hour bookoplathon because I don't know why. I'm not going to stay up all the time because that's not who I am and I'm too old for that. But I am reading This Golden Flame by Emily Victoria. I am late to start this vlog, but I'm actually almost done. It is 11:30 here on Friday night. It's been about 4 hours since the bookoplathon started. It started at 7 p.m. my time, so it's the middle of Maddie's sprints. Not in the middle of, they just started a half hour ago. I'll definitely finish this before I go to bed tonight. Maybe even start a second one. But I will tell you what I think about this book when I'm done, which shouldn't be too long. I did it. I finished my first book. Technically it fits both the first prompts, which are dark cover and fantasy. So if I wanted to just do one book per row, I could go to bed. But that does not feed my competitive soul. What to say about it? It was good. I liked it. I really enjoyed it. I don't know if there was really anything like special about it. If I did call pile, which I don't feel like doing, it would probably be like a low 4-star because I really did enjoy it. It was a really super fast, easy read. I'm not going to read the whole description, but it's about an orphan who is, I mean, yeah, let's call it like it is. She's been enslaved and she's plotting, trying to escape to go find her brother, who she was separated from like 6 or 7 years ago. But they're automatons, which in my brain kind of makes it steampunky, but it's not, because it's not like gears and stuff. It's like the automatons are powered by not magic, script ink, but where this, I don't even know how to describe it without, I don't want to get that deep into it. I just don't want to. I want y'all to be surprised if you decide to read the book, you know? The least the better. Like, if you really want details, you can go find it on Goodreads, is what I'm saying. But yeah, so, but in the process of finding brother, she's got to fight the evil scriptorium. Y'all, it's late. But yeah, it follows 2 point of views, Karis and the automaton, Alex, and yeah, it was just a cute little YA, and I guess the only, what's her name? Kara? No, Karis. She's not my favorite person in the world. But like they kind of do talk about the mistakes she makes and whatnot. I mean, it all kind of fits into the story, and I was just a little story. uh, um, so yeah, like a little 4-star. It's just a standalone one and done, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, based on the ending, I mean, no, I don't think there's plans for a second book. There doesn't need to be a second book. It all ended very nicely, which I like because I'm already in the middle of like 50 series. Lord knows I don't need to start anymore. The second book I'm going to start, but I'm going to be going to bed in like 45 minutes, and I don't think I'm going to finish it before the next roll, but we'll see. So the book I'm going to start now is When the Moon Was Ours by Anna Marie McLemore. And I know I've read this synopsis a few times, and these things just don't stick in my head. I know it's about friends. One of them grows roses out of her wrist, which just sounds really weird, and some mean girls or mean girl witches want to take the roses or to steal her to get the but it just says, lushly written, this magical tale is a story of the secrets we keep and the lies we tell. So yeah, I'm gonna give it a swirl. Is that even a thing? Who blurbed it? Anybody I know? Nope, I don't know these people. Alright, I will it's been compared to The Night Circus as well as Maggie Stiefvater's Raven Cycle series, which I haven't read. But oh, that's Saboteur. I didn't miss that. The first thing, a gripping, beautifully rendered story with prose reminiscent of Eva Luna and a fantastical world as captivating as that of The Night Circus. Saboteur, author of An Ember in the Ashes. Okay, so I'm just gonna go ahead and jump into it. Okay, so it's Saturday now. When was the last time I talked to you? I finished The Golden Flame, and I had started When the Moon Was Ours, right? It didn't last very long last night, maybe about 1 a.m., and made it about like 30 pages in, I think. And then I overslept this morning and had to go to work for a few hours. Though I did get a little bit of reading done. I listened to an audiobook. I work at a kids club at a gym, and like the first hour and a half there were no kids. And I finished, I'm looking for a copy of an audiobook. I ended up finishing Love from A to Z by S.K. Ali. I had started it right before the readathon, and only had about 2 or 3 hours left this morning, I think. No, 2 hours. And I listened to it on 1.8 speed, so it went by pretty quick. I really enjoyed it. If you don't know what it's about, it's a little contemporary romance. And it worked out perfectly because roles 3 and 4 ended up being for POC rep and contemporary. And I was like, sweet, this is perfect. It's really cute romance between Karis and D- Dane? No. Oh man. I have the worst memory in the world. I'm horrible with names. They are two Muslims that end up meeting in an airport on their way to Doha, and her aunt and his dad know each other, so they encounter each other again in Doha, and it's super cute. And his relationship with his little sister Hannah was so freaking adorable. I'll be honest, Karis kind of has to grow on you. Like, I don't know what it was about her, but like she's like fighting injustices. She's a very, passionate person, which is super cool. Like, her teacher was a dick. I don't know. It was really, they kind of go over it at the end. Like, I'm trying to think how to, there's really nothing I can say about that without being spoilery, and I don't want to do that for you guys. But yeah, super cute. I haven't really thought about ratings yet, but I'm thinking it'll be a 4-star. I don't think it was 5-star for me. Like, there wasn't just that, like, oh my god feeling. But I really thought it was really cute, and I'm glad I listened to it. Like, and I didn't hate the audiobook. Like, it's also like super wholesome. Wholesome? Yeah, that's right. Being Muslim, they, have a lot of rules about behavior and things like that. So it's not like a smutty book or anything like that, which I find really awkward for some reason to listen to on audiobook. So that was nice. I don't normally listen to romances on audiobook because, like, sex scenes and shit like that. Like, I'd rather read it. I don't know why. So that was really, really good. I'm really glad that it really worked out for me. And so technically, I have completed all 4 prompts with these 2 books. This Golden Flame, and Love from A to Z. So we don't get another role pick for another 4 hours. So I decided I'm going to attempt to keep reading the books that I have. And I picked a couple that, if I finish them before the end of this, I will technically have read 1 book for each of the 4 prompts so far. I am continuing with this for the first 2 prompts, because it could go for dark cover or fantasy, just like the other one. So I'm going to continue with that. I'm this far into it. 60 pages. I don't have a lot of words yet. I don't have a lot of feelings yet. I had feelings for a minute last night when I attempted to read it. I lied. Last night I think I only made it like 8 pages in, because it's very, like how she blurbed that it's fantastical world is captivating as out of the night circus and prose. Yeah, so I was already super tired. It was like 12:30 at night, and I was struggling with the prose and the floweriness and all the like metaphors and thing descriptions for things. So I had to pause last night because I just was not. I kept reading the same sentence over and over again because I was just like, what is happening? But I got a little bit more done today. So I'll keep working on that and I'll tell you more feelings later. And then I was going to start Concrete Rose by Angie Thomas because this would also fit POC rep or contemporary. And I do need to read it this. I mean, actually, don't need to read it this month. It's not a prompt for my TBR game or any other readathon, I don't think. Maybe it might be for tropical. I don't remember. But I had it on hold and it popped up in the library this month, or like my hold came through. That's the words. So I should read it this month so that I'm not returning it late. But it is a chunker, and this is a 48-hour readathon. So I think I'm going to hold off on starting this one. And I started Bingo Love, the Jackpot edition. POC rep, and its current time period. It goes back and forth, you know, between 1963 and then current period. So technically, Becca says that counts as contemporary as long as it takes place in our time. So I haven't gotten very far, but Mary and Hazel met and fell in love and were separated. So we haven't gotten to their reunion yet, which is what most of the book will be about, I'm assuming. It says, take a trip through time with Hazel and Mary as they fall in love at church bingo in 1963. Break up because of pressure from their families and reunite nearly 50 years later. So it's just gonna be super cute. And it talks about there's bonus material from like Alyssa Cole. Actually, she's the only one on here that is familiar. But that's exciting. So I will touch back. I'm struggling with English. So I'm going to finish this, no problems, in this sprint with Deja. And then hopefully I'll get a chunk of this done as well before the next roll drops. So I'll see you in a bit. Okay, I finished Bingo Love. It did not take long. I might go through it again. Just honestly, it was super cute. Like, adorable. Like, hold on, let me. Though there was like there was even like a surprising part that I didn't see coming. Oh, I need to. Okay. I don't wanna. This is in the very front, so it's no spoilers or anything, but like, look at that! This is them when they're younger. I mean, I guess it's not a spoiler to see them when they're older, because, like, but they're like freaking adorable old ladies. Let's see. Like, look at them. And I love that the plus size rep, like, it just is. She is who she is, and it don't matter. Like, Hazel L, the darker skinned grandma. And so it was nice and like refreshing to see that. You know, you've got black queer love plus sized, and then you've got like at the wedding there's like just included people of all shapes, colors, sizes, disabilities. Um, so it was really cute, and I loved it. It was fantastic. I'm excited. Apparently there's a volume 2, so I'm going to have to check that out. So that's interesting. I've gotten a little farther in When the Moon Was Ours. 100 out of like 260, 270. So almost halfway. And I got another hour to go before we get the next rolls. So should hopefully in an hour be super close to finishing this. Or maybe finished, depending. It's picked up a little bit. I was worried at the beginning there, but it's gotten good and interesting, and things are happening. I don't even remember if I said what this one was about. Did I? Oh, I just talked about the back of the book. But yeah, it's so hard to explain. I would never be able to explain this, like, I feel like, to anybody. But I'm really enjoying it so far, and these sisters, the Bonner sisters, ooh, God, I don't know, we'd be fighting. But I'm gonna head back to Deja Sprints because this one is almost over. So, as you can see, I've gotten comfy now that my kids are asleep and they're not being super loud. I can come into the living room and relax. Could be a mistake though, because it is 11:30 at night and I'm already tired. Like, my eyes hurt. And it's weird because I slept normal last night, like 6 hours of sleep about. Maybe it's just because I didn't really do much today besides read. So I should have gotten up more and been more active, like put on a audiobook and just done something. But I didn't. So here we are. See if I'll make it. But I did finish When the Moon Was Ours by, oh my God, Anna Marie McLemore. I don't really know how to talk about this book. I don't even really know how I feel about this book right now. It's magical realism, basically. But there are some characters in this book that, I don't know, I guess maybe they'd be classified as like morally gray or whatever. They're just bitches. Like, in the main part of the story, they're teenage to 20, like 16 to 20. There's 4, the Bonner sisters or whatever. Oh my God, they wanted to catch these hands. I was so, like, mad for our main 2 characters. Like, I was like, no. And I still don't think oh, it made me so angry. So angry. And so I'm like, so it made me feel something, but it's not the normal, like, oh my God, this is amazing feeling I get when I rate a book 5 stars. So maybe I need to, like, reevaluate, like, it doesn't have to be like oh my God, this is amazing, to maybe, like, the amount of feeling, whatever that feeling is, you know? So whether it makes me feel sad or angry, the level of sadness and anger that I reach is what I rate it. You know what I mean? I feel like I just have a hard time rating books 5 stars if they make me sad or angry. Like if they're negative emotions, you know? I don't know. I don't know. I was just thinking about that. Anyway, I'm babbling now. I probably will give it like a 4 star. Um, the writing is very flowery, and that's not something I personally, it's hard for me to do descriptive stuff because I don't visualize anything. But it also could have been because I started it really late at night last night, and then I was just tired and my eyeballs hurt. Okay, so we got the roll drop for 5 and 6. uh, roll 5 is first in a series, and roll 6 was chance card, which I'm just kind of using as a wild card because I'm not trying to read stuff outside of my TBR. But I also figured, based on the time of night it is, I might have to adjust, maybe. I started reading this for first in a series, Arusha and the End of Time by Roshani Chokshi. It's alright so far. I'm kind of irritated. I put this book on my TBR as a book set in India. Because it's all about like the Indian pantheon and whatnot, and it's the Museum of Ancient Indian Art and Culture. Apparently this shit's in Atlanta, Georgia. I was so irritated. So yeah, that's for my TBR game. I picked a card from Jesse's deck of TBR. So I don't know. I haven't gotten very far in this at all. 39. It's alright. I'm not loving it so far. But I'm not hating it either. And I was going to, for the chance, pick a short one. I've got Love Beyond Body, Space, and Time on my Kindle app, but my eyes are tired, and I don't think I can stare at my phone screen. So I could either listen to an audiobook and like play Terraria during sprints. I've got The Worst Best Man and on here, and I've already started House in the Cerulean Sea. I'm still in chapter 1. So I could do that, because maybe playing Terraria will keep me active enough to stay awake. Otherwise, for the chance, I could just read volume 2 in Saga, because I did check this out, and that's super short, so that could work. Otherwise, another book on my March TBR is Christine Feehan's A Reckless Road. It's a Torpedo Ink novel. Christine Feehan is one of my all-time favorite romance authors. I love paranormal romance, and she's just, I don't know, I love Christine Feehan. Christine and Nora Roberts. But this is one of her newest books that just came out last month. And so this is about like assassins in a biker club, but they kill the bad guys, you know. And even though it's like, it's a decent size romance book, but not super big, but it's decent. But I feel like, because this is like my comfort zone, are Christine Feehan novels that I won't be able to put it down. Like, I'll just fly through it. But it is 11:30 at night, so maybe I don't want to stay up that late. So maybe I'll save this for tomorrow. And maybe I think I'm going to do Saga. Just because I don't think I want to stay up super late. And then I will keep chugging on Arusha. I wish one of my audiobooks was first in a series, because that would be so much easier than reading this. Oh well, you'll find out what I have done later. Bye. See you in a bit. Think of love. I was talking about this, right? But did I talk about Saga? I think I told you that I was going to read it for the prompt. I did read it. I read it last night. I made it up to about 1:30 a.m. with Jade, and then I had to go to bed. But I did finish Saga. That was my chance card pick. I love that story. I can't wait to finish. I only own the first two, and I don't know if I'll continue buying them. I don't really like to. I don't know. We'll see. I might just check them out from the library. Even though I do really like them, I don't know if I necessarily see myself. I don't reread things. Let's just be honest. I don't. Which is why I don't normally buy a ton of stuff. But yeah, fabulous. If you don't know Saga, it's a fantasy graphic novel. Fantasy? Sci-fi. Fantasy. There's no... Well, there is magic. There is magic. So, sci-fi fantasy? SFF. Let's just call it SFF. It's a love story. It's like two people on opposite sides of the war. There's an interplanetary war. Two different species. And they're at war. They've been at war for like a really long time. But two soldiers meet, and actually I don't know if the one guy was a soldier. He might have been. But at this point in time, he's all like, peace. We want peace. And they fall in love and have a baby, and it's their story. All told by the kid. At least I think the first one was. At least the second one is told in the kid's point of view. Like, he's older telling his story. Her story. I think it was a girl, actually. But it was really good. Really good. I enjoyed it. I have not gotten much farther in this. I'm only like 49 pages. I can't say whether it's good or bad or not. I just... not super interested right now. But I do need to finish it today because I don't have anything else that I could read for first in a series that I'm actually slightly even interested in. Like, I know there's a couple of scribd books that are short that people had suggested, like the Nevo, Empress of Salt and Fortune, which I thought I was interested in, but I started listening to it last night, and I don't know if it's necessarily my thing. It might be too... I don't know. I might try it again. It's only 2 hours, and it technically is on my overall Goodreads TBR. It just wasn't on March TBR, and I already have enough books to read. Like, the beginning of the month, I did start The Way of Kings, and I'm almost halfway through, but there's no possible way no possible way that I could finish this in the next 5.5 hours, plus read the book I'm currently reading, mainly because it's Sunday and it's really nice outside, and we want to take the kids to the lakefront to enjoy the weather a little bit. So there's just no way I can finish this today. And I'm competitive enough to want to read 8 books for all 8 prompts. So I will try to finish this. Otherwise, I will just bite the bullet and listen to Nevo while we're in the car or something, or I'll go for a walk by myself. But currently, I'm reading Christine Feehan's new book, Reckless Road, like I said. I am almost halfway into it, and this one's trippy. It's trippy. It's following another Torpedo Inc. member player, and then the girl that I just feel like there's always like one, I don't know, like the perfect person for him. And yeah, I have never disliked a Christine Feehan book. They give me what I want. Like, there's romance, there's smut, there's the like suspense or thriller aspect of it, which I don't read thrillers unless they've got romance. And like, Christine's are usually all like paranormal-esque. Like, all of the members of this bike club have like abilities. Like, player's ability is to create illusions. And yeah. I love Christine Feehan so much. I started with her Dark series, Carpathians, vampire kind of, and just gobble up everything she writes. So that is where I'm at, where I'm gonna pause. We've got another 15 minutes of the current reading sprint with Cody, and I'm gonna continue reading this until I have to go outside and leave my house. Book 8. I looked at my list like, oh wait, I was like, oh, I did 7. And then I looked at my list and I was like, no, I did not. It's alright though. Let me grab my, yeah, it's in here. I'm like, is this the right journal? Too many journals. Okay, so, oh, my eyeball. Where was I? I read When the Moon Was Ours for dark cover, This Golden Flame for fantasy, but then I realized that also works for the first in a series prompt, because I didn't finish that book, which was Arusha and the End of Time. And then for POC rep, I read Love from A to Z, and I realized that also kind of, with a little bit of a stretch, works for the other prompt, because I did not even start Trevor Noah's Born a Crime yet, because it's a contemporary romance, and if I read romance, it's almost always going to be paranormal romance. So Becca said we could stretch. Don't judge. And then I read Bingo Love for contemporary. For the chance card pick, I read Saga Volume 2. And for set and present, I read Reckless Road by Christine Feehan. I think the last time I talked to you, I had finished Saga Volume 2, had started Arusha, never went back to that. and was in the middle of Reckless Road. I finished Reckless Road right at the wire, like literally, technically, maybe even a minute after she called, like it ended. Because I muted him for a second because I had 2 pages left. Um, and as I predicted, oh, because I had like 2 pages left. So as I predicted, um, it's a Christine Feehan and it's paranormal romance, and I loved it. Always will, always and forever. Um, if you're interested in paranormal romance, I highly suggest giving. It's like you get those. I am a sucker for like the dominant male, like, and these are like biker dudes. But then on one hand, they're like, they fuck up, but not in like a, ooh, that's a little non consensual or that's a little sketchy. It'll be like, I said some stupid shit and hurt your feelings, or I didn't listen, and you know what I mean? But then they totally like go above and beyond to fix that mistake and to get better and to learn um, why they messed up and to like make sure it doesn't happen again, kind of thing. Um, so like I get my dominant male, but they're also like a genuinely like decent person, even though they might do some naughty stuff um, outside. Like, yeah, because they're like assassin bikers, or whatever. But they only kill the bad guys. All right. So yeah, and then it was this whole thing was fun. I've never done. I don't normally do like 24 or 48-hour readathons because I'm just like I don't have time for that. But I wanted to do, and I wanted to do Bookopoly-thon, but I got really into BookTube like right after the last Bookopoly-thon round, so I kind of missed it. And I've been really into reading sprints. So I was like, and thought this would be a lot of fun, and it was. It was so much fun. Um, and then at the end, we had our Bookopoly-thon after party. If you missed it, but that was a whirlwind of a time, and I stayed up way too late last night. So that's it. That's where I'm ending this. It's already way too long. So I hope you had fun. Let me know if you participated in Bookopoly-thon and what you read. Um, and I don't even know if I told you star ratings for any of these things. I'm not going to go back. I'd have to look it up right now. I don't want to. But Editing Gina will hate me for this, but Editing Gina will pop up the books that I finished and their star ratings if you're really that curious. I'll give that to you because I'm probably not going to talk about these again in my wrap up. So, yeah. Hope you had a fantastic weekend, and I'll see you in the next one. So, so oh, I can't flip it. So the readathon ended, and now we've gone to a new Bookopoly-thon after party.
peeing as you guys, I could hear you guys because I have a wireless headphone in, and was just like, did I fall? No, I didn't fall.
Link that she's now unlisted and made NSFW. Shit's getting dirty, y'all. And I decided to get a drink. The book-a-thon is over, but the party still goes.
Pretty much every live